She's a international, well-renowned singing, recording artist. And we just want to thank her for gifting us this song from 2021. And we have been using this song every Tuesday and Thursday at this time. And so, without any further ado, in it to win it.
We are here of the closing doors, please.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Queen Loretta Shadari. Really do appreciate. And of course, we are going to be moving right into the program as we commence with our first presentation, which of course, you know, is my favorite, and that is the mindset, because the mindset is the most important thing in life. Whether you want to believe it, yes or no, it doesn't matter. It's the most important thing in life. Take it as I tell you. And so, to do the mindset this evening or today, we do have our one and only Queen Naturopathic Doctor Jacqueline Warner, inspirational speaker, entrepreneur, talk show host, grandmother of 10, and she'll be speaking and addressing us how the immune system work. Now you know our body consists of many systems. That is how things work. It works by systems. So you have the respiratory system, you have the skeletal system, you have the immune system. And so that is what she'll be diving into. And at this time, we turn it over to Queen Naturopathic Dr. Jacqueline Warner.
Thank you so much, Dr. Derrick, and good evening to you. Thank you for this amazing platform. And thank you to all the members presently here on the platform and those on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for showing up. It's my pleasure to bring this information to you. It's just to bring awareness. It's like filling you with knowledge, and then you can get understanding from it, and then you can make better decision when it pertains to our health. And I know you're probably saying, immune system, well, everything we've been talking about, eating right, drinking the right stuff, and things to avoid, all still pertain to our immune system. And like Dr. Derrick just stated, it's various systems. It's a network. The immune systems is actually made up of a network of systems, just like Dr. Derrick just mentioned a few of them. So I say again to each and every one of you again, good morning, good afternoon, and even good evening to each and every one of you, wherever you may be. And today, of course, we're going to talk about one of the greatest miracles God actually placed inside of the human body, and that is the immune system. And most people, of course, do not think about it until become sick, injured, or infected. So yet every second of every day, your immune system is fighting to protect your life, my life, our life. Okay. So the immune system is not just a medical term. Okay. Don't look at it as a medical term. The immune system is you, it's me. Okay. It's a living network of biological systems designed to defend the body against disease, bacteria, viruses, toxins, and dangerous pathogens. Okay. So just think about something as simple as a paper cut. I sure can relate because, oh my gosh, they hurt so bad, and it's a simple thing, a paper cut. It may appear harmless, of course, but within short period of time, that small opening in the skin can expose the body to billions of bacteria. Because even though after we got the paper cut, we might clean it, but we're constantly touching things, the doorknob, we go to the bathroom, the trash can. Just think of all the things we're touching, and all of them consist of bacteria. Okay. So if the body cannot stop the infection quickly, that means if the immune system cannot quickly protect. That simple little wound can become a swollen, infected, and then it will enter the bloodstream and even become life-threatening. That's how serious a simple little paper cut can become. That area becomes red and tender to touch, and painful, so we can know that something is wrong. And then we start thinking maybe it's infected, and then you start seeing pus. So then it is infected. And so that is why understanding the immune system is not optional, it's actually essential. So you want to know, what is a pathogen? A pathogen is any organism or agent or microorganism that can produce disease. And people in the medical field, like I know I was in the medical field, so some of these terms sound like familiar, because in the medical field you learn about these things, but they don't go in depth. And then we just learning it. We're not actually studying it. So there's a difference in learning it and studying it. And these pathogens can include bacteria, viruses, fungi, parasites, and toxins. So the human body encounters pathogens every day through the air we breathe, which we can't control, right? The food we eat, which we can control, physical contact, okay, we don't know who is sick and who's not, and open wounds and cuts. So yet most of the time we survive because our immune system is constantly working behind the scene. That's why some people don't get sick, and it all is because of their immune system, okay? And the immune system is made up of two main defense systems. In those systems, the immune system has two major branches, okay? It looks like a Y. And the first one is the innate immune system. This is the body's first line of defense. Just think of how our Heavenly Father created our bodies, but made it with everything. And I always say, God gave us everything we need. We just need to know how it operates and how to protect it, how to nourish it. And that's what we have been learning on this platform, to get the mindset in the right place so we could do the things that we need to do that will protect our bodies and our minds and our entire well-being. So it responds immediately, okay? So the physical barriers, the skin is one of the greatest, and we know that's the biggest organ and the most important organ besides our heart. The skin is one of the greatest protective barriers in the body. It shields organs and tissue from harmful invaders. So it does a lot when it comes to protection. Okay, the heart keeps us living and keeps us moving. Now, the other protective barriers include our tears. Our tears plays a role also. Our saliva, of course. It helps to break down the food before it gets to the stomach. And the mucus. The mucus is needed. Remember some webinars back, we learned how the mucus plays an important role because it helps sometimes the toxins and the bacteria to get caught in it. It's like a net, like a spider web. Okay. And then we got the stomach acid. And these systems help stop pathogens before they enter deeper into our bodies or into the body. Now, the other defense system is the specific, or they call it the adaptive immune system. Now, this system is more specialized and intelligent. It remembers previous infections and creates target defenses against them. They call them the memory cells because they remember what the virus or the bacteria did. So the next time it enters the system, there's already a defense set up for it. So you probably wouldn't even get sick because it's already defending you from the bacteria before it even gets way deep into the system. Sometimes you might get a little sniffle and then within a day you say, well, the sniffle is gone. Well, I just had a cold yesterday, and I noticed that with my granddaughter, she had a fever and everything, and her mom started doctoring her, and then the next day we heard her up and about, and I said, she healed already. So that's saying her immune system is actually was working right away to protect her, and which make her well within a day. Within, well, the second day she was well. Okay, so it remembers the previous infections and it creates a target defense against them. And this where the T cells comes in, and the B cells and the antibodies and the memory cells, they become extremely important because they work hand in hand. Okay, so they call them the immune army inside the body, and those are the microphages. Okay, those are the big eaters. Okay, micro means big in Greek, and phase means to eat. So those are in there. They're big and strong. So they're there to eat up all the bacteria and everything that comes away. So, and it's going to break it down. The microphages are like hungry soldiers, that patrol the body looking for bacteria, damaged cells, and dangerous invaders to destroy. And that's their job. Okay, the microphages, they are the big eaters. They clean up. Okay, so they consume harmful organisms and alert other immune cells that trouble has arrived. Just think of how awesome God is. When you hear how this immune system is working within our bodies, that is so amazing. Then you hear about the neutrophils. Okay, the neutrophils are rapid responders. So when infections enters the body, they rush to the affected area immediately to attack the bacteria and the inflammation. So nothing really is left undone. Everything is working systematically, as long as the immune system is able to function at its fullest capacity. But if it's not, that's where problem comes in. So they are often among the first immune cells to arrive at the scene of the injury. That's just like the ambulance. Well, not the ambulance, the fire department is usually the first responders on the scene even before the ambulance get there. So think of the neutrophils as the firefighters in our immune system. And then we have the dendritic cells. Now, the dendritic cells act like messengers. They collect information about the invading pathogens, and they present that information to the T cells so the immune system can launch a stronger and more precise attack. Isn't that amazing? Oh my gosh. Then we got the T cells, people that suffer from AIDS or HIV, that you usually hear them say, well, their T cells are dropping, and they always talking about their T cells. Well, the T cells, when the immune system is struggling, it calls for additional help from the T cells. That means the immune system is fighting, is using all it got, and now it's like, hey, I need help. I need help. And that's where the T cells come in. Now, the T cells help to destroy infected cells. They coordinate immune attacks. They support other immune cells, and they regulate immune responses. So some T cells directly attack infected cells, while others help activate the B cells. Okay, now the B cells and the antibodies, those are chemical reaction inside the body which activates the B cells. Now the B cells create antibodies. Okay, and antibodies are powerful proteins that, okay, they attack the toxins within our body or immune system. They bind to harmful invaders. They neutralize the bacteria and viruses. They prevent pathogens from attacking healthy cells. So look at how everybody works together just to protect our immune system. So we are able to walk around, so we can able to help others, so we can able to even help ourselves and our families. But if our immune system is out of order, not working well, they're not, the B cells ain't working, the T cells ain't there to run in and help. And people with that autoimmune system, like, AIDS, what happened is like their shields are down, the T cells, everything is broken. They have no T cells to come in and help them. And you know what goes on from there. So they are like highly trained security agents identifying dangerous enemies. That's how we have to look at the B cells that create the antibodies. Okay. And then of course we got the memory cells, and you know what they do? They like, okay, you was here before, you ain't, I'm not going to even let you in. You got to back it up. So one of the greatest miracles of the immune system is the memory cells, because once the body defeats a particular infection, memory cells remember the invader. And if the same bacteria or the virus returns later, the immune system can respond much faster and stronger and say, get out of here. You're not welcome. Bye. And that's why many people recover quicker after a previous exposure to certain illnesses. Okay. So when a small infection becomes deadly, many people underestimate infections. A small cut, untreated wound, or infected paper cut can become extremely dangerous if it's not taken care of properly. So if bacteria enter the bloodstream, the body may develop sepsis. And I know a lot, working in the medical field, I have seen people who developed sepsis. And sometimes it's passed on from the physician themselves, from right within the hospital. Sometimes some clients might have a surgery, and all of a sudden they have this infection within their body, and they're totally aware where they got it from, because here we didn't have it before. What's going on? And they never understand, because no one is going to actually tell you. They're just going to treat it. Okay. And sometimes it doesn't work. Okay. So sepsis is a life-threatening condition where the body's response to infection damages its own tissue and organs. Simple as that. The infection spread through the bloodstream, causing widespread inflammation. And according to major medical studies and health reports around 2016, sepsis was recognized globally as one of the leading causes of hospital deaths and critical illness. Health organization emphasized that even minor untreated infections could rapidly become severe if not treated properly. Okay? So sepsis can lead to organ failure. Okay. Sepsis shock, loss of limbs due to poor circulation. And you know that people have a sore, they never took care of it. All of a sudden it's turning green, their leg is black, it's just yuck. Well, that's in sepsis. Okay. Then they start taking limbs before it runs through the whole entire body. So they have to remove that infected limb. Okay. Then you got permanent tissue damage. Those with wound. I work in wound care. So it was people that they wound after they get that bed sore, never heal. They just stuff it. And let me tell you, permanent tissue damage is for real, because once it's damaged, it's not alive anymore. And roaches and magnets live in there if they don't stuff it properly and close it up. And it's not nice at all. Okay. And of course, last but the least is death. So there have been documented cases where people lost fingers, hands, feet, and legs from infections that originally began as a small cut or untreated wounds. My daughter was just telling me, a lady, she just had like a lump. I think it was somewhere on her leg. She went to the doctor. They actually, it was just a lump. They didn't say anything. And when you look, the lady end up with a strange form of cancer, and I think she died not too late, sometime last month. Okay, just from a lump. So we got to be careful how we treat our immune system. Now, and that's why wound care and immune health are extremely important. Now, what are some of the warning signs of a serious infection? Never ignore them, okay? Red streaks around a wound, swelling, that's a problem, fever, pus of foul water coming from the wound, severe pain, your confusion, a rapid heartbeat, difficulty breathing. That's tell you that there's an infection within the body. But a lot of times we ignore these things. We either take an aspirin, or we go and lay down, or we take a nice cool bath, and we figure that's it. But at the same time, because the immune system is still working to protect, it might do it best it can, but it's still there. It's still brewing. Okay? So these may be signs that an infection is spreading rapidly. You have to seek medical attention immediately if these symptoms appear. And how do we help the immune system remain functional? And we talk about it over and over. Eat nourishing foods. Focus on fruits, vegetables, fiber-rich foods. We talk about it. Herbs, healthy fats, sea vegetables, clean water. These help support healthy cells and reduce inflammation. We got to remember that, yes, the immune system is already, God made it is a system to defend and protect. But how can it do it if we don't give it the things that support it, that it needs? We got to sleep properly, because the body repairs itself during sleep, not when you're up walking around. It's impossible, because it still has to do its daily function. And it can't function and sleep and rest to rejuvenate the immune system. It's impossible. And when we affect one system, we affect the other system, because the immune system is a network of systems. We got to exercise regularly, push ourselves if we have to. Even if it's okay, I'm just going to walk to the front door and back. I have a neighbor that I see here by my daughter, and they come out their house. They don't leave their house. They just have a little small backyard. But from the door to the fence, they go back and forth. The wife, she goes round, and not around the house, just the back part, from one side to the other side. And I watch them. So it's as simple as that. We don't have to have a gym membership, because sometimes we can't even afford a gym membership. And sometimes it's just a waste of time. But if you can afford it, then go do it. It's beneficial. I'll be traveling next thing, and sometime I'll be ending up in Texas, and my daughter has a gym there in her facility. I'm gonna go to it. I'm not just gonna leave it and don't do anything. I'm defeating the purpose. I'm not helping my immune system. Okay, you got to exercise. Movement improves circulation and helps the immune cells travel throughout the body more effectively. We got to reduce the chronic stress that we go through. Long-term stress weakens the immune defenses. Prayer, peace, meditation on scriptures, rest, and emotional healing can help reduce harmful stress levels. Practice good hygiene. Wash your wounds immediately. Keep cuts clean. Wash hands regularly. Avoid sharing contaminated items. Simple hygiene can save lives. Avoid harmful habits. Limit or avoid them. Smoking, excess alcohol, excessive processed foods, high sugar consumption, drug abuse. These can weaken the immune defense over a time. Not immediately, but consistently doing it over and over and over is going to weaken the immune system. And when you most need it, it won't be there to help you. So the powerful reality is the immune system is working every second, even when we are asleep. Like right now, cells are repairing damage. Cells are repairing damage. Antibodies are fighting invaders. The microphages are cleaning the waste up, and the memory cells are preparing for future attacks. The immune system is ready. But what are we doing? The body was intelligently designed for protecting and surviving. To summarize, today we learned that the immune system is a network designed to protect the body. Today we learned that pathogens are disease causing organisms. The skin is a major physical barrier. We know the skin is the biggest and largest organ, and everything we put on it goes right in because the pores are open. We don't have a control like we shut the door or we close the windows. We can't close our pores. It's a system, it's a barrier. Okay, the macrophage and the neutrophils and the dendritic cells, the T cells and the B cells, they all work together for our survival, for our protection. And antibodies, they neutralize the harmful invaders. Memory cells remember infections for future protection. Small wounds can become serious infections and even lead to sepsis. A healthy lifestyle actually strengthen our immune function. In conclusion, the immune system is one of the most powerful and complex systems in the human body. And many people do not appreciate it until disease strikes. And sometimes not even then because they don't even have the strength. I could tell you because I have seen people, they don't have the strength to do anything. Okay? But every breath we take is evidence that the body is constantly fighting for our survival. So a simple paper cut may look insignificant, but yet it reminds us how vulnerable life can be and how amazing the body truly is. So protecting your immune system, protecting my immune system, means protecting your future, my future, your health, my health, your family, my family, and most of all, your life, my life. I thank you for your listening ear, and I hope this information enlighten you, brings value to your life, and most of all, to your immune system. Thank you, Dr. Derrick, and back to you.
All right, wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Naturopathic Doctor Jacqueline Warner. Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
We speak and it come to life. I think it's just last week we talked about the immune system and it
Yes.
came to life rapidly. King Carlton, I tell you, this awesome, awesome. Thank you very much,
You're
Queen
welcome, sir.
Jacqueline Warner. Really appreciate, really appreciate. Awesome.
You're
The
welcome.
biggest protective barrier is our skin. Oh my goodness, what a lesson. What a lesson. Thank you.
You're welcome,
That
sir.
was awesome. Treat your skin properly. Don't have white skin. Get some olive oil or coconut oil or
Glycerin.
something. Something. These lotion blocking up your pores, man. Lotion blocking up your pores. King Carlton, don't use lotion. Don't use
Mm.
lotion. No. Olive oil. Oil.
Yep.
Olive oil. Don't use olive oil to cook with. Use it to put on your body. Or use it to just drink. I put it on my salad. Just drink it.
Yep.
Coconut oil um, is one of the best oil to use on your skin, especially when it's cold. Oh well, Carlton don't have to worry about that. But yeah, man. Nice. Thank you very much, Queen Jacqueline Warner. Any comment or questions or anything for
No.
our naturopathic doctor here on this webinar? Ask while you can. All right. Seems as if everybody is good in their neighborhood. Let me see this. Queen Nancy. Extraordinary presentation, my queen sister. Really, really great. I didn't remember getting this explanation when I was in school. Thank you. Thank you. I
Thank
didn't
you.
get that explanation either
No, I did
when I
not.
was in school. Or I don't remember. No, let me say that. I don't remember. Because I think I had a good biology teacher in school. I think. So I don't remember. Okay. Thank you very much, Queen Nancy, for that comment. All right. So we are going to now look at why destroying your wealth with $1. Why destroying your wealth with $1? And yes, that sound a little strange and sound a little weird, but let us take a look at it and see exactly what is going on here, because that don't sound good at all.
No.
No, sir, that don't sound good. All right, so let us uncover it. The power of $1. The power of $1. That's what we're going to be diving into at this time. The power of $1. So, the power of $1. Let us look at it. Many people believe wealth is destroyed through massive debt. When you have some big debt, right? When we have some big debt, that is when we in problem, or bad investment, or financial disaster, or maybe a medical situation, because you didn't treat your immune system properly and all those things. But reality, wealth is often destroyed slowly, just like how slow, small compromise of your immune system get you in that big problem of health issues that you have to spend maybe a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 on some medical situation, right? But one unnecessary purchase at a time, very small, right? We might not even notice it, because is what? Just a cup of coffee, $3, $5, a little bagel, another $2, But over time, that little $5, that little $2, that little convenience store purchase, over time it adds up, but we don't see it because it's just a dollar, just a dollar. One emotional decision at a time, just a dollar, right? Just a dollar. One careless habit at a time, just a dollar. And so we don't really look at that dollar because it's just a dollar. But let us unpack how powerful a dollar is. Because when you spend 10 of those dollars for the day unnecessarily, then that's now $10. That's now $10 for the day. And if you do 20 of those dollars for the day, that's now $20. That is unnecessary spending. That's what we're talking about. A single dollar may seem insignificant. However, repeated 1,000 of times, then you know what that is. Thousands of dollars. But we don't look at it that way. All we are looking at, well, it's just a dollar. Combined with poor habits, multiplied over years, then we're talking about hundreds and thousands of dollars. But it's just a dollar. It can become the difference between financial freedom and financial stress, building wealth and remaining broke, ownership or dependency. That is what just that $1 can give you. But as I said, we don't look at it that way. Let us understand the principle, because everything in life is a principle. Let me say that again. Everything in life, it's based on a principle. Queen Jacqueline Warner just tell us the principle of keeping your immune system healthy. Because when got disease will come, because disease always flying about the place. Always. Always. Why you don't catch it is because basically right now your immune system is okay. And your immune system is fighting. Fighting. Same thing. Your pocket is okay. But keep spending that unnecessary dollar, then the principle is now shattered. Small leak in sink, that's a reminder of a small leaking sink. A small leak sink a big ship. Let us look at even the Titanic, right? It wasn't a big opening in the bottom of the ship or in the side of the ship. When that iceberg hit the ship, we're talking about a length of about 800 or 900 feet, right? That is what we're talking about. 900 feet in length, or almost 1,000. That's basically how lengthy the Titanic was, right? That is almost maybe about quarter mile, almost quarter mile, the length of the ship. Okay, that's what we're talking about. So it's not like a small boat, but the report on that accident with the iceberg, it says that rather than one single massive tear in the side of the ship, it was series of narrow fragmented slits that allow water to leak across 6 watertight chambers and cause the Titanic to sink. Small, but it's a lot of them, a lot of small little tear along the side of the ship. But that small tear, many people didn't even notice, but it was sinking over 2 hours, sinking, taking in water until we know the story or we saw the movie. Okay? So, financial destruction rarely happens overnight. Now, it happens gradually, gradually, gradually. How? Small daily habits, fast food purchases, impulse shopping, unused subscriptions, gambling habits, emotional spending, constant upgrades, convenient spending. All of these things contribute to daily habits. And of course, it's only $1. Remember, but watch this. When repeated daily, that dollar for the year is $365. If it's $10 of those $1 per day, we're talking about $3,650. You know what you could do with $3,650? Oh my goodness. For some people, that is rent for the entire 6 months of rent and maybe more for some places. Because I remember Oklahoma. I think it was Oklahoma. $450. A 2 bedroom. Two or three. Two bedroom. Right? So for some that's rent. Right? Worse if you're talking about $25, 25 of those $1 daily, that is waste. 9,000 for the year. Over 9,000. So even though we're just looking at it that, well, just $1, it multiplies, it compounds. So compounding doesn't mean that it only applies to when you're receiving. It also applies to when you're spending based on how you spend. Small spending multiply over time creates either wealth or financial destruction. That's it. So a lot of us, if not most of us, is going to financial ruin based on our spending habits. The psychology behind small spending, why people ignore small financial losses. Human beings naturally underestimate small amount. Let us look at the psychological traps. First of all, yes, it's instant gratification. People prioritize temporary pleasure over future stability. Number two, emotional spending, stress, sadness, boredom, and pressure trigger unnecessary spending. Some people, when they're depressed, that's when they spend. Financial blindness. Many people track large bills. You know, go to Home Depot or you go to a big store to maybe buy a stove or maybe buy a fridge or you maybe then you know say you're keeping that bill and you what have you and you're making sure that everything is all right and people don't misuse that item in your house, right? But ignore daily spending. Number four, reward culture. Modern society teaches treat yourself, you deserve it, live for today. Without discipline, these ideas can become financially destructive. The cost of daily habits. Coffee, maybe a $6 there. Liquor lunch, $15. $30 streaming service. Maybe buy a lot or two daily to try get that 300 million or 70 million or whatever million it is, or the Powerball or whatever you do, right? Or you jump in the convenience store, buy a snack because you're running to leave from one job to go to the next job. So you're hungry and you need to maybe buy a little snack. Okay. But combine all of those dollars, all of those $1, you combine them, it's between 10 and 20,000 for the year without realizing it. And that's the problem. We don't realize it. because poof, it just went. How small spending create big problem? Small spending create big problem. One, small unnecessary purchases repeated emotionally or careless spending. Number two, no savings. No emergency fund develops. Number three, dependence on credit. Credit cards has become the replacement for saving. Remember my grandmother and my great grandmother and my mother, they used to save diligently, right? And they used to teach us to save. All of us used to have a little piggy bank. Literally, the plastic container was made into the shape of a pig with a little slit at the top, right? Before we had one of those gallon tin can, and we slip it in there. So we always save. Now we think that our money is too small to save, but really and truly, it's based on management. The wealth destruction cycle. Step 4, debt accumulation. Interest payment begin consumer income. Financial stress. Step 5, stress affects mental health, relationships, and productivity. Of course, wealth wealth destruction cycle, it affects our faith, physical health, and of course, general impact. Children inheritance, poor financial habits. Of course, that's all they inherit. You notice a poor person will always have poor children that inherit their poor financial habits most of the time. And so we as individuals have to break free from those inheritance. Sorry. Opportunity costs. What that $1 could have become, the greatest financial loss is often invisible. Opportunity cost defined. Every dollar spent unnecessary is a dollar that cannot invest, cannot grow, cannot multiply, cannot produce future income. Example, saving and investing $10 daily over 20 years at moderate investment growth could potentially become $10,000. But we're not looking at it like that. The issue is not only the money spent, the issue is the future wealth that was destroyed. Just like how on Mindset Monday, we have developed a small exercise, very small exercise. Okay? And this small exercise is for 1 year. 1 year. There are 52. Because listen, if you don't forcefully, willfully change what you do, you're going to end up next year the same way. So you say you don't have any money right now. All right. This exercise is a very unique. You see, what it really does is allow you to be um purposeful. That's it, you know. You just need to be purposeful. So watch this now. The money exercise in Mindset Monday. All we're doing is 52 weeks for the year. 52 weeks for the year. And watch how it works now. This is how it works. First day, $1. So you put $1 in the jar. I mean, first week, sorry. First week, put $1 in the jar. The second week, you put $2 in the jar. So therefore, you have $3 now. The third week, you put $3 in the jar. $3. And so you know have $6 total, because 3 plus 2 plus 1 will equal to now $6 in the jar. Week 4, $4. So 6 plus 4 is now $10 in the jar. Right? So right now, in the jar, we are at April. This week will end April 23. So at the end of this week, we will be having $231 in the jar, right? And I think maybe we have it no, 200 and something in the jar. Well, I know that we have 210, most definitely. I don't know if the $21 gone in there yet. For the 21st week, I don't know if that gone in there yet. But that's at the end of the year. We're looking at 1,300 and something, right? Yes, that going to make you rich. But now, throughout this year, what you should be doing is looking for something to invest in. So when you now have that 1,000 or 500 or 1,000 or the whole 1,300 plus, then you can now turn that over and compound that even more or even greater. So by the end of 2-3 years, who to tell where you are, right? So that is, instead of taking that $1 and spending it carelessly, let us do the money exercise. All right? Let us do the money exercise. So compound interest works both ways. Wealth or poverty compounds. Wealth or poverty compounds. Yes. So positive compounding, good habits create savings, investment, ownership, wealth, and growth. But bad habits creates debt, interest payments, financial pressure, lost opportunities. Small actions repeated consistently creates massive outcome. And that is how you really create wealth, by consistent in whatever you are doing. So if you're even just doing the exercise, the money exercise with us, hey, at the end of 1 year, $1,000 that is not tied to anything, that you can now use for something a little bigger. So, lifestyle inflation. the silent wealth killer. As income increase, many people increase spending instead of investing. And that's the biggest problem. Because if you get an extra $1,000, you're going to Macy's or you're going to wherever, Harbor Freight, or wherever. Okay? Signs of lifestyle inflation. Buying things to impress others, upgrading constantly, living beyond income, and that's the biggest one, always living above our income. Some people, their income is for 2,000 and they are spending 3,000. Don't know how they do that, but I guess credit card. Put it on the credit card. Put it on the credit card. Financial luxury item, financing luxury item, needing more to feel successful. But I tell you, even if you get more, you will not be successful because success starts with discipline. Let me say that again. Success starts with discipline. The danger, higher income does not automatically create wealth. I'm telling you, managing is the best way to create good wealth. Because when you respect money, then of course, money will respect you. Many high earners remain financially trapped because spending rises faster than wisdom. Spending rises faster than wisdom. So, next crazy thing is social media and financial pressure. Social media tell a lot of people how to live. Comparison is expensive. Modern culture promotes luxury lifestyle, instant success, designer brands, expensive, expensive, expenses. That's what this social media bring on and show you. The result, people spend money they do not have. And that is why a lot of people have garage. Because they buy something, they maybe use it one time, they don't see the constant need for it, and it end up in the garage. To impress people, yes, trying to keep up with the Joneses and trying to impress your little church brother or your church sister or your employee or your co-worker or your friend next door. To complete socially. Don't know why you want to compete, but anyway, to compete socially, to appear successful. Don't need to appear successful. Don't need to. What you need to do is, first of all, get out of debt. Get out of debt. And one of the fastest, reliable way to get out of debt is stop spending what you don't have. Don't take out another credit card to pay off that credit card minimal balance. That is shooting yourself in the foot. The truth is, real wealth is often quiet. Many wealthy people budget carefully, invest consistently, avoid unnecessary debt, and delay gratification. That's what the truth is. So, I have to make this statement again in closing. Henry Ford, whether you think you can do it or you think you can't do it, you are always right. I thank you all very much for allowing me to present today on this topic, that is why destroying your wealth with $1. Let us move the mindset and recognize that yes, even though your income is small, you can save. It's just that we think we have to have this or we have to have that. Okay? I met a lady. I met a lady maybe about a year now. About a year. Maybe about that. She was paying $270 or $75. $275 for a little TV or cable, little cable, internet, and a house phone. Yes, people still have house phone. So it was the package, and she was paying $375. I said, what? That's like a car payment, man. that's that's a mortgage. Oh my goodness. Seriously? Yes, seriously. $375. And I said, okay, let me help you. Let me help you. And she said she have to have a house phone. Have to. Because she's a little elderly, right? And so all her medical thing is tied to that phone. I said, well, it's not the phone you're tied to. You're tied to the phone number. All right. So let me give you a house phone that you can also use on your smartphone. And that was Magic Jack. Magic Jack is like $30 a year or $34 a year, something like that. But it's a year. So $3 a month. Right? So that's 34. That's this ceiling. And so the only thing she need from the company was internet. So she got internet, and that was 50, 54, 55, about $55 a month with tax and everything. And then now the cable. I know a program that it work out to maybe about $20 a month, and you get everything, right? Everything. So her monthly bill from 270 came down to 70, maybe about 79. Call it about 79. Never reach 80. $79. So she was now saving $200 a month. Saving. That's the point. Saving $200 a month. And she wanted to give me $400 to do that for her. I said, no, man, that's all right, man. You're good to go. You're Chris like biscuit. And she loved me dearly ever since. She called me almost every week. for the past year. I'm telling you, is not about the big $1,000. It's about the little $100 here, $200 here, $5 here, $5 there, $10 here. Gym membership that you stop going long time from about March or February. You stop going, but you're still paying that gym membership subscription. All right, and all of that. You see, is these little things that make it seems that you don't have any money. It's mainly about money management, because one of the things people stop doing totally is budgeting. They see this, they want it, they buy it. They see this, they check if they have the money, they don't have it, well, they leave it alone. That's how people work now. They don't look at what their expenses are. Deal with your expenses and nothing else. And save. Because everybody can save. But because we think that we have to have the gym membership, we think that we have to have that internet and that triple pack player with this and that, and we think we have to have that cell phone from Verizon, even though we're paying $60 and $70 a month. Not understanding that there are, I don't pay that. My phone bill is $30 a month. That's my phone bill, my cell phone bill. And I'm telling you, 5G and all of that, long distance, everything. Texts all over the world, all over, same thing. Call a few countries straight. Actually, I get $5 credit every month for international calls. So I can literally just take up my phone and call internationally. Boom. Just dial a number. I don't have to put in this or that PIN number because I have to buy a little overseas call or whatever you are. No. So I look, you see, you have to do your due diligence with everything in life, not just about business. It's everything in life. You have to do your due diligence. Right? So let us manage what we get and stop hoping to get a windfall to take care of ourselves. Let us manage what we get. So if the windfall come, then you're cool, you're good, better off. But don't live anywhere and waiting for the windfall, and the windfall don't come, and you're still dying. No, let us live responsibly. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. Take best care. All right. If there's any questions or comment or anything. All right. Queen Jacqueline Warner.
I just want to say, Dr. Derrick, that was an amazing presentation, an amazing topic, actually, because we sometimes don't do money management at all. We spend carelessly, and then we say we don't have any money.
Mm-hmm.
But yet we have a whole lot of money because we keep on spending. So that topic is amazing. I mean, it made me look at myself too. Because sometimes, I spend and I say, oh, it ain't that much. It ain't that much. But in a year, when you add it up, it's more than too much. It's something
Mhm.
that you could have used for something else more. And like investing, like you said, is we're throwing money away, and we say we're building wealth, but we're building destruction. So thank you. Amazing. I appreciate that topic. Really do.
Mm.
Awesome topic.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome,
Really
sir.
appreciate. Queen Dr. Nadu.
Hello. Thank
Hmm.
you very much. When I saw the topic, I was thinking that you want to share what is going on Mondays with us today. And then when you start it, I'm like, this is totally different things to share. And for me, you need to come back on this topic. Like, it was too condensed for me. It's too much. And I
Mm.
have three things in my mind. In the year 2000, I was working as a part-time at the dollar store. So when people come, they don't even know what to buy. They just take the basket. Oh, this is $1. This is two for $1. This is three for $1. This is four for $1. And then when they reach the cashier and they say, you owe $30, they'll be like, are you sure? Mm-mm. Let's double check. Let's double check. It
Mhm.
cannot be. And what happened? They gotta start taking stuff out because they
Mm.
don't have the money to pay.
Mm-mm.
Because for them, it's two for $1, three for $1. It's nothing. But when they get to the cashier now, they know. Mm-mm. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And you see the line is so long, and people gotta be screaming to the cashier, you are too slow. Oh, they need to change you, but it's not a cashier. You have to take things out, things with tax, non-tax, and it's taking time. Yeah.
Mm.
So we are living this, like my sister Jacqueline said, and we don't know. And then my second thought went to the time people were paying subscription for investment. They say, I don't have money, but I have $100. I pay my $100 and I say, oh, I want my brother to be here with me. I want my sister to be here with me. It's just $100. And people are paying 100. After 2, 3 years, they figure out that they spend more than $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
And then they start thinking, oh my God, I lost so much and didn't get anything.
Mm-mm.
Is like, no. Yeah. And the third thing that came to my mind about the social media, I was watching a presenter from a small business loan. They were telling people, you came for a loan, okay? We give it to you. And you start your business and you feel like you need more money, maybe to buy more tools or to hire somebody because you think that if you have more, you can do better. You don't need to go somewhere else. Come back to us. While you didn't pay back the first loan, they want you to come back for the second loan. We can give it to you because we know you are doing well. You got to be making more, you can pay. And then he didn't finish. He's like, if you think that you can have, like you have a restaurant, you need a land to produce your own product to go buy, you can come to us for a third loan. So you can have that land, start producing, so you no. And no, I'm like, no, 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 no. And he ended up saying that we don't want you to go to different people, different banks, and you gotta have multiple loan to pay back. Come back to us anytime. No, no, no. So thank you for bringing this out. We are in, and I'm telling you, there will be people who will go for the second, the third, or the fourth loan with those people. The guy was so convincing that you had to think twice. Yeah, because he tell you the good part and what the bad things that you are doing, so he can bring you back to him and get more squeeze or everything from you. So I'm happy to be here all the time and learn something. Thank you.
Yep. You see, that's the world that we are living in. The world that you see, and that is why I will always say that my belief system is from the word of God. And it is clear. Proverbs tell us, and I think that is King Solomon. Proverbs tells us that the borrower is always slave to the lender. No, we don't, I mean, for us, that's neither near here nor there. Because we're living in a society, we are culturized to be borrowers. Culture, it's a culture to be always in debt. It's a culture to be a slave. It's a culture. And we live it fine, live it lovely, live it great, in a great way. That's how we live today, as a slave. And that's why Bob Marley, God bless his soul, we need to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. Nobody but ourselves can free our minds. We have to free ourselves. We're looking for bailout. We're looking for ash. We're looking for something to bail us out. Let us look within with the help of God to bail us out. It's never too late. Stop waiting till you win the lotto or the Powerball. Start the process today, because your process can start today. Your process can start today. Don't allow 1 year time you are in the same situation or worse, because it is just a decision. As I said, start with the seriously. Yes, we wait until a big lump sum come in with hand. Let us generate the big lump sum. Start with the money exercise. A lot of people, you used to do, or maybe they still do it. Used to do oh Lord, wait name again. We have a banker. We have a
Susu.
banker. Susu. Right. Well, we don't call it Susu. We have a next name for it.
Yeah, they got another name.
Yeah.
I
We
can't
have a
I can't bring it up. But it is do it still in
partner.
the islands.
Partner.
Partner, yeah.
Yeah. Partner
They still
hand.
do it. They still do it, Dr. Derrick.
Yeah. Beautiful. Right? And a lot of people, when they get that lump sum, even though it's the same money you're getting back,
That's all.
you're not getting no interest. Right? But somebody want to buy a bed set, a bedroom set, somebody want to buy a a fridge, somebody want to buy a whatever, right? That's how we used to do it. And it worked. Do it with yourself. It works same way too. Take a little longer, but it works. It's the same thing, right? If you say, well, you're going to put $500 in the susu, right? You put $500 each week or each month, whichever way you do it. It's the same process. Just that it's going to take a little longer because it's you alone in the susu. Do the same thing. Discipline. That's all it is, Discipline. 6 months. 6 months discipline. $200. That's $1,200. 6 months. $1,200 in 6 months. Now you can put that somewhere. Right? Now you can do something with that. And maybe in 3 months or 2 months, compound. It's compounded. Right? But we have to be clear with what we are doing and be consistent. That's the key word. You're consistent with the susu. You're consistent with the partner. It's really just consistency, That's all it is, Nothing else. That's all it is. Being consistent. And you're frightened to say the end of this year, you're paying off your one of your credit card or two of your credit card. By the end of next year, you're debt free. Student loan on the verge of paying off. We just have to be consistent. That's all. That's all it takes. Nothing else. Right? All of us was consistent with unpassive for at least 4 years. The same thing. Just be consistent in something else that will definitely benefit you. And only you can be sure of you. That's it. You know you're not going to scam yourself. You only might cheat yourself and go in at the money and take it out before you before you reach your goal. But try not to cheat yourself. Just be consistent. Work out what you need out of the liquor that you get, whether it's social security or a paycheck or whatever it is, and be consistent. That's it. Discipline yourself for a year and see where you reach. Discipline yourself again with something a little bigger to compound a little more for another year and see where you reach. You'll be frightened to know. By 3 years' time, you turn a millionaire. And just remember me that I gave you the advice. Praise the Lord. Just remember me, right? But serious note, consistency. That's what it takes. Thank you very much. Naturopathic Dr. Queen Jacqueline Warner will give us her final comment.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Derrick, and thank you to all the members here and the ones on the YouTube channel for tuning in and showing up and supporting this amazing platform where we dive deep. Yes, my closing thoughts as usual. The human body reflects divine wisdom and intelligent design. The Bible reminds us in I will praise thee for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And that was in Psalms 139, verse 14. You know, God didn't make a mistake when he created us. He didn't make a mistake when he gave us this amazing and awesome immune system. He didn't make a mistake when he made us ambassadors, not only of the earth, but of our own well-being. And another powerful reminder is, beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayst prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospereth. And that's 3 John chapter 1, verse 2. You know, good health is a blessing and it's a responsibility. You know, and it goes back to what Dr. Derrick said. We got to be consistent. We got to be obedient. We got to be disciplined. They all work hand in hand. And when we don't do neither one of those things, we lose. We at the losing end. Nobody else lose but us individually. Okay. And sometimes our families suffer the consequences. You know, if we don't get out of poverty, or children see, goes on to poverty too. And poverty is a sin. It's not something nice. It's not something good. Not because we're poor that you stay poor. Remind you of the Jeffersons, they move on up. We got to move on up. And finally, a merry heart do it good like medicine. And you find that in Proverbs chapter 17, verse 22. So let us value our health. Let us strengthen our immune system. Let us care for our bodies wisely and appreciate the incredible gift of life that God has given to each and every one of us. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the webinar. Thank you, Dr. Derrick. Back to you.
All right. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Naturopathic Dr. Jacqueline Warner.
Thank you, Dr. Derrick.
Really appreciate. All right. Queen Nancy says, well said, Dr. D. It's only being consistent. We just need a turnaround to see what a mindset can accomplish in our lives. Thank you. Thank you, Queen Nancy. Awesome. It's just about being consistent positively, not negatively, positively. All right, because compounding works both ways. If you have bad habits, it's going to compound. Good habits, it's going to compound. So compounding though does work for the good. It works also for the bad. All right. Wonderful. Thank you all very much. And of course, at this time, we are going to um, close things off. Thank you very much, those that are especially on the varied YouTube channels. Really appreciate you all. And remember, Thursday, I didn't say anything for Old Passion, Thursday morning. But Thursday again in the PM, it will be Deep Dive Globally Changing Lives at 7 p.m. And on Sunday, I haven't seen anything for Dream Team also. So I don't think there's anything for Dream Team. Thursday, I'll make it. Oh, today or Thursday? Oh, mercy, today is Thursday. Oh, that's like my loss. Okay, right. So no, I didn't say anything for Dream Team. So I guess they are I think there's a holiday. I think. Yeah, the kind of draw breaks when it's a holiday weekend. So I think it's a holiday weekend this weekend. So no, I didn't say anything for Dream Team. So come Monday, it's Mindset Monday. And Tuesday and Thursday, Deep Dive Globally Changing Lives. Thank you all very much for joining us here on Deep Dive. Really appreciate all of you here on the meeting platform. Thank you all very much for joining us and for sharing your precious, precious, precious time with us. Love you all and enough love to you all. And at this time, we are going to break free from the YouTube channels so that we can have our after party for a few minutes, because I think Dr. Nadu line up ourselves now to at least give us 2 or 3 music, because I tell you, she was excited on Sunday. My goodness, never see a woman so excited. You know, and is not with our husband. So let me close off the YouTube.